Welcome to your channel that teaches you corporate English every day.
In American companies, meetings with directors or senior stakeholders are not just about what you present, they are about how you communicate. The way you speak shows how well you understand the business, how confident you are in your work, and how mature you are as a professional. For Brazilian marketing professionals working remotely with U.S. leadership, this type of meeting is often where career momentum is built or lost. In these calls, your English must be clean, objective, and executive. You're not there to explain effort. You're there to report impact, propose clear actions, and speak like someone who understands the business. Let's walk through how to structure your message when speaking in front of American directors, and I will show you exactly how to say things the right way. 1. Opening the meeting and setting context. If you are responsible for presenting in the meeting, start by framing the session with clarity. Don't wait for someone to ask, "So what are we looking at today?" Take initiative, for example. "Thanks for joining. I'll walk you through the latest performance results, key insights from the campaign, and the proposed next steps for Q4. I've structured this update in 3 parts. First, quick performance overview. Second, what we learned. And third, recommendations moving forward." This kind of framing helps the stakeholders relax. They know you're organized, and you've prepared too. Presenting results like a professional Americans don't want you to read numbers. They want you to interpret them. Instead of saying, "We had 17,000 visits and 300 leads," say, "Traffic increased 12% month over month, driven mostly by paid campaigns. However, the conversion rate dropped slightly from 2.1% to 1.8%, which we're analyzing further. Or we generated 300 leads from the last campaign, with a cost per lead of $28 to 15% below our original target." Always include context. Is that good? Is it on track? What's the story? Never present raw data without interpretation. 3. Highlighting business impact. After showing data, link it to what the business cares about. Example. This performance suggests that LinkedIn continues to outperform other channels for top-of-funnel lead generation, especially for enterprise prospects. The increase in activation rate means that onboarding emails are not only being opened, they're driving action. The more you tie metrics to actual business effects, the more senior you sound. Point 4. When numbers are bad, how to report negative results? Never panic. Never explain emotionally. Americans value clarity and responsibility, not defense. Instead of saying, "We tried hard, but it didn't work well," say, "Results were below expectations. CTR dropped 22%, likely due to audience fatigue. We've already paused underperforming ads and are testing new creative this week. The campaign didn't hit lead targets, but the learnings are strong. We identified key gaps in our segmentation logic, which we're correcting before the next run." They don't want excuses. They want analysis, action, and ownership. 5. Recommending next step. Use this moment to propose, not to ask for permission. Example. We recommend continuing the high-performing segments while pausing to creatives that fell below 0.3% CTR. Next. We'll launch a retargeting experiment focused on free trial drop-offs, aiming to improve reactivation. Use assertive, confident phrases. Avoid soft language like "maybe," "I think," "perhaps." 6. Requesting approvals or decisions when you need the director to approve something. Be clear and specific. Example. To move forward, we'll need approval on the revised timeline and a green light on the new design. Assets. We'd appreciate your go-ahead on increasing the paid media budget by 15%. To expand the reach during November, you're not begging, you're informing and inviting executive alignment. 7. Handling questions during the meeting. When directors interrupt with questions, which they will, don't get nervous. Respond with structure. Good question. The reason we didn't target segment B is because engagement was low in the previous cycle. but we're testing a variation now. So that's a fair point. The 0.5% lift may sound small, but in our context, it translates to around 120 additional signups per month. Confidence is not about tone, it's about logic and calm. 8. When you don't know the answer, if someone asks something unexpected, do not invent an answer. Say, I don't have that number in front of me, but I'll follow up right after the meeting. Great question. I'll double check that with the CRM team and circle back by end of day. This shows maturity, not weakness. 9. Closing the presentation with executive tone. End your part with, that's it. Use a closing sentence that reinforces clarity and action. Example, that's the full update from my side. Happy to answer any questions or adjust direction based on your input. Let me know if you'd like us to prioritize differently. Otherwise, we'll move forward with this plan. We give control to the decision makers while still owning the execution. Point 10. After the meeting, follow-up matters in American corporate culture. What you say after the call, especially in email or Slack, matters as much as the meeting. Right after the call, send a message like, thanks for the alignment today. As agreed, pause adds B and C. Launch retargeting by Thursday. Wait for final approval on the design assets. I'll keep everyone posted. This is how executives communicate. Clear, direct. Summarized. 11. Adding executive presence with tone and body language in addition to words. How you sound and appear matters. Speak slowly. Pause after each key point. Use screen sharing with visual summaries when needed, not full text slides. Make eye contact if cameras are on, and don't over-apologize when something isn't perfect. Professional presence is calm, structured, and focused on what matters, not on you. 12. Anticipating stakeholder concerns before they're raised. Great presenter in front of executives is one who removes doubt before it appears. If you know your proposal may raise a concern, address it proactively. We're aware that this change could affect onboarding volume, so we've included a fallback sequence just in case. It shows you think ahead and helps avoid being cornered during Q&Q. A13. How to politely push back when the director misunderstands. A stakeholder misinterprets something you said. Don't panic or defend. Clarify calmly. Just to clarify, the drop in CTR was isolated to mobile devices. Desktop performance remains stable, or that's a fair concern. What we're proposing is a pilot, not a permanent change. This keeps trust high and prevents escalation. Final thoughts: if you're a Brazilian marketer working remotely with US directors, remember, speak in headlines, not in novels. Focus on impact, not effort. Show confidence, not hope. Present recommendations, not just updates. Be clear. Even if your English isn't perfect, you don't need advanced vocabulary. You need structure, calm, and executive tone. That's how you gain trust, get promoted, and get invited back to important meetings.